What's up? What's up? What's up, beautiful people? It's Pretty Girl Love Trap content, and we are here, okay? The season premiere of BMF season 3, episode 1. All right. We're going to get right into it. Before we do, of course, we have church announcements. All right. Please make sure upon entry you are liking this video, subscribe to my channel, share, do all the things to support your girl, okay? Let me just see who's up in the building. I'm sorry. Something must be going on with my voice. All right. So if I, switch from PG to like Barry White real quick, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going on. Okay. Just rock with me. All right. So we have Suburbia Jones effect. Okay. He said Team Charles is already in the building. Torian, Daria, Demarcus, Down Info Movies, Samara, Monica M. How y'all doing? Thank y'all for coming through. David Williams, y'all trickling in. Thank y'all for being earlier on time for, first Sunday. Okay. Now we got crackers. Okay. But they ain't normally, it's not the normal communion crackers. It's Ritz crackers. I'm sorry, y'all. And we got Ritz crackers and cranberry juice. So y'all just going to have to make it do what it do. All right. Before we get into the view, just real quick. Hey, Derry. I have to send a RIP to our fish, Bluey. I woke up this morning and he was belly up, y'all. And Bluey's been with us for almost a year. I'm not gonna lie, y'all. Feeling some type of way. But y'all just keep me in prayer. Keep our family in prayer, because we got attached to Bluey. Like, we was doing a lot with Bluey. Like, he was showing out, swimming everywhere, and he ain't been looking good for the past couple of weeks. And it's a little sad. So I'm just gonna have a little selection played real quick, okay?
I feel like going on. Take your time.
Ain't nothing like a good old selection by Eddie Kane Jr. just to make me feel just a little better, y'all. Just a little better. All right, Derry. Thank you for coming. How you doing, Aisha? How you doing? All right, y'all. Let's get into it. All right. So, episode 1. Of course, we are in 2007 right now, Detroit, okay? And if you haven't watched the documentary, it's definitely a good documentary. I did cover it. I have a playlist going of all 8 episodes if y'all want to refer back. But a lot of this information that we do see in this season, especially this first couple scenes, was in the documentary. What's up, Ronald Cameron? So, Detroit 2007. It's been 2 years since the brothers spoke, right? And, of course, we got some narration going. And they're low-key, they've been at odds for a minute. They haven't spoke for 2 years. So Meech was like, we in this because Terry be talking too damn much on the phone, okay? And, Meech was like, I'm flashy or whatever, but I'm smart, okay? So low-key, it's Terry's fault that we are in this mess, doing this bid, okay? We're trying to figure out what route we're going to take in terms of these charges. All right. They both are doing a lot, honestly, but at the end of the day, the evidence that really did catch them up was Terry and the phones being tapped and everything, right? But Beach could have piped down with the billboards, but we'll get there when we get there, right? But they're disputing because Meech, he want to take a plea, okay? He was like, I got to get back home to these tigers and bears, I need to go back to the, Magic City. Like, I want to take a plea so I can eventually get out of here. But he was like, no, I'm going to let the Lord take it, okay, on this good Sunday, and I'm going to go to trial. Which doesn't seem that smart when it comes to Meech, all right? And T was like, yo, I don't understand. Well, when you going to take responsibility? All right? And, Meech told him straight up, the fans ain't got nothing on me. I'm willing to take the little charges or whatever so I can get back home. Stop playing with me. So you can definitely see, that the brothers are not really feeling each other at all. I don't know. It's interesting. We have the news that real Big Meech may be getting out next year. So I'm interested in how their relationship would be. I'm pretty sure it will probably still be strained, but I do hope they patch it up. to where they can at least, be on cordial terms, okay? But yeah, y'all, it's a lot. But now we go back to our current day, right? We back in the 90s, and we see Markeisha and T in the ambulance, okay? That's pretty much, coming off of the finale of season 2, when, Lil Saint, I'm sorry, I'm calling him Lil Saint. If you have a problem with it, okay, just deal with God, okay? Tell that to God. But I'm calling DC Young Fly's character Lil Saint, okay? We gotta do it for Lil Saint. So, if y'all know, y'all know. But Markeisha over there like, I ain't gonna make it, boo. I ain't gonna make it. And of course, T is so this is the most sprungest, and I don't know if this is a real word, y'all, but this is the most sprungest boy I've ever seen in my entire life. T don't care about nothing but Markeisha, okay? And whatever he need to do to keep her, and of course he's trying to keep hope alive. But the family, get to the hospital with T over there, and LaWanda, she comes in too, okay, because we don't know. We just hear on the street, that the car got shot up. And so when T tells the family that he's fine, and Markeisha's the one that got, there's some mixed feelings because we happy. We happy T's all right. But the fact that T's over there shedding real fake thug tears, because he ain't no real thug, he a fake thug low key. LaWanda is pissed off, rightfully so. And she like, that's what you get. She married with children, okay? She's over there being Al Peg Bundy, and you over here crying your heart out while I'm pregnant with your baby. Now, this is definitely a good Mary J. Blige / Keisha Cole song. Like, this is giving me all the vibes, right? And of course, Lucille, she's still going through PTSD, and she was like, the apple don't fall far from the tree. You darn skippy, Lucille, you darn skippy. And Markeisha was giving, LaWanda was giving Terry all the work. Like, she needed to say what she needed to say, and she was not holding no bars back. She's like, you over here getting your peen wet by this old cooch. I ain't mad at you. Whatever. I ain't mad at the situation, okay? Let her die. Let her die. I was like, LaWanda, I know you upset, but I ain't even mad at you, okay? We got poor little Nikki over here, a.k.a. Ma from Soul Food, just trying to get the family back together. Bad enough T got shot last year, okay? I be going crazy, all right? And then we got Charles being freaky over there with his, neighbor / wife's bestie, all right? And then Meech over there in Atlanta, T getting shot out again. Meech done messed up Nikki's job situation because he over there working with her boss. Like, poor little, let's keep Nikki in prayer, okay? Because she just over here trying to live her life right, wear bras that match her titty size, and that's all we trying to do here. Shout out to little Nikki, okay? I hope you be all right, baby girl, okay? I pray you are okay. All right, so we gotta go back, okay? We over here ATL with Meech, right? And so he meets Rodney in Magic City. Now, if you don't remember, Goldie told Meech, okay, he referred Meech to Rodney. She was like, all right, I can't help you because I gotta go because the mob gonna be looking for me. So I need you, to go to Rodney. He gonna set you up real nice or whatever, okay? So we highly recommend it, okay? And this is played by Neo. All right? The head don't look as crazy right now. He got the little finger waves or whatever, so shout out to Neo, okay? But Meech already comes with a lot of, questions and favors, okay? He was like, all right, Neo / Rodney, I need connects, you know what I'm saying, to all the local cats you got access to, and I need some stash spots, all right? And he was like, all right, cool. So they didn't negotiate for a minute, and, they end up negotiating on 15 now and 10 forever, okay? But I feel like the numbers are going to change. Because Neo, I can't say he's untrustworthy. He's a hustler, okay? But we're going to see how this relationship pan out going forward, all right? Hey, Tamika, thank you for coming through. What's up, Ronald Cameron? Ronald Cameron says the show needs Charles' daddy to come in and tell the truth about Markeisha. Like Mr.'s dad in Color Purple. I cannot. I could not. I do want a fire dinner scene. I don't know what it is. Book 2 just got me all excited when I see family at dinner tables. Okay. Shout out to, Dirty Diana. So, Hoop over there on the phone with Meech, right? And so he was like, all right, now, I'm going to just let you know this update, okay? Hope you sitting down, because Meech, and because Terry and Marquisha, they just got blasted on, okay? But Meech all right. And Meech, Terry's all right, but Meech is like, you know what? That's good. That's all I care about anyway. The way that these dudes don't be giving a goddamn about these women be hilarious. Now, we already know Meech does not have any, type of feelings towards Marquisha at all. He damn near hate her. I don't even think he's seen a woman in person. You know what I'm saying? Well, they have been a couple rooms together. But he does not give a goddamn about Marquisha, okay? But this was funny because it reminded me of when Meech went over to see B. Mickey, and B. Mickey was all sad about Kato. And he was like, oh, you sad about Kato? Oh, okay. Well, we need to move these bricks. Like, these dudes be giving their friends 0.5 seconds to mourn, okay? And it's also, it's true when it came to Monique last season when Meech, discovered that Monique, was going home to glory. T was like, dang, that's effed up. All right, so what we gonna do about this work? Y'all, they be cracking me up how they just be moving on real quick, fast, and in a hurry when it comes to these women's, okay? What's up, OG Knowledge? Thank you for coming through, bro. So, Hoop was like, all right, Meech, you got to talk to your brother because T is ready to go Rambo on these fools, okay? He's over here, trying to make sure his reputation is on point. The streets is watching. So, of course, Meech don't want that because I don't even know, y'all. We done seen Terry hold a gun before, but I have no faith in his accuracy nor ability to blast on anybody. I'm sorry. And I think Meech know it too. Meech knows... Terry gives me Lulu when he trying to change his life, okay? It's given, I got a machine gun, but you ain't gonna get not a scratch on you. All right. So it is what it is. Hey Kim, thank you for coming through. So we back at the, we at the strip club at the Platinum Palace, okay? Because Magic City wasn't, showing the exotic. I guess they had the regular African American women. I guess the Platinum Palace had the girls that, was mixed a little bit, maybe. So they got this little fake ass H-Town song playing in the background. So Meech, he got his eyes on this one particular lady, right? But Rodney was like, nah, bro, she ain't available, okay? Apparently she's, specified meat for the NBA players. So Meech was like, come on, I got bread too, okay? These fools got to ask permission to touch their money, okay? I can just get my money, so what you talking about? So Rodney was like, bruh, they got that long money, okay? So now, we're going to see, and I'm sure we're going to see Meech's quest to get his respect when it comes to these scrippers, okay? You can tell he feeling some type of way because he not used to, being second to no NBA players, okay? I don't know if he had beef with the Pistons back there, in the script clubs in Detroit, but this is Atlanta, okay? This is ATL, ho. So Meech is definitely going to show his ass and show these scrippers that he is numero uno, okay? He is top priority, all right? And even Rodney said, good luck on competing with them. So we already know Meech about to have the city on lock, okay? And, in the club, we also see Dice there. Last year he was our little connect. We met at Freaknik, okay? He got people from Atlanta to Texas, okay? So we're going to be covered in the South. And then we also meet up with Duffy. He was cool with Sterling back in Detroit. So Duffy from Detroit. We got Stacks, who's played by 2 Chainz. Okay. Actually, he got 1 chain, and it's actually Ty's chain. Okay. He's one of Ty's top movers. Okay. He also, I don't know, it wasn't given that he was saying that he was Deanna's blood uncle. I don't know if he's Deanna's play uncle. I don't know. But long story short, Stacks is feeling some type of way because now he got to pick up the slack and pay, and take care of Deanna and these kids. So he's feeling away. But we have to take note. Stacks is Ty's top earner, okay, or was Ty's top owner, and he just has access. He's the person that we really need to get on our side. All right. What's up, Mr. Fairfax? So we also get introduced to Diesel and Rip. Okay, so we got 4 new dudes in the crew right now, right? So we peep Remy in the club because everybody want to see a little tickle bitties. Okay, they don't care if we beefing or not. I don't care who I'm beefing with. I'm going to the Platinum Palace. Okay, that's not up for discussion. Okay. So when Remy was in the midst of making and seeing things gyrate, Meech and the crew peep it too, right? So next thing we see, Meech fists connect with Remy's jaw and make his jaw gyrate. I mean, it was a good old fight, y'all. It was a good old club hood fight. I thoroughly enjoyed the strip club fight. I mean, it was a little annoying because y'all, we was all having a good time, and y'all could have took y'all beef out, so outside somewhere, like y'all messing up a good establishment. But hey, you got to get these hands, Remy. Okay, R.I.P. to Ty. Ty Washington ain't want to do nothing but sell his drugs and have family time. He was a good brother. I mean, just a good brother. So we definitely had to roll on Remy. Okay, I'm sorry. It is what it is. So, we over there at the house chilling, this aftermath of the fight. But we find out, that the crew was having a hard time finding work because, Ty's no longer with us. And Stacks, he's steady telling me, like, yo, I'm feeling some type of way about taking care of these kids in the end, okay? These little wigs that she be wanting to wear, and these kids, they want toys all the damn time. This pit house is a lot. This little mansion I gotta upkeep, Carlos, the landscaper, he be asking me money. Like, I'm tired of keeping up everything, Meech. Like, I ain't effing with you. I'm not feeling you at all. He ain't messing with Meech. He's not feeling him at all. I mean, because he's a low-key stranger. I get it, Stacks. But we still got to get him on board because he is the link to all the Ty's distributors and soldiers, okay? He's very pivotal to our growth at this point, all right? OG Knowledge, you said back then NBA money couldn't compete with a Kingpin's money when Meech get to rolling the script. That's what I'm saying. OG, you already know. Y'all, them NBA players is going to be over there lonely because ain't nobody going to be in their section, okay? Maybe they can get a couple bartenders or so, but the main chicks, the main scrippers, is going to be over there with Meech. They probably won't be able to get in the club, I'm just saying, unless they ask Meech permission. But we're going to see. I can't wait to see those little moments, Meech on top or whatever, right? So, let's get back to Detroit, right? We at the hospital. And T's over there praying for dear Lord that Markeisha make it through. And he was like, you know what, Markeisha, we gonna make this right. I'm gonna get my payback. And of course she was like, nah, I don't know if this is good. She already know T ain't really about that life for real. She tried to protect her investment. She was like, I don't know, boo. Maybe we just let bygones be bygones. Because she already know. She already know. But Terry, he's adamant about getting some payback on Low Saint. So we just gonna have to pipe down and let Markeisha just rest in that bed and pray for Lord her true investment does not get scratched, okay? And then let's talk about Charles and Lucille, right? Y'all already know. I love me some Charles and Lucille. I know the turmoil is toxic, but I can't help it. It's blame my grandmama, R.I.P. grandmama, but she got me hooked on the shows real bad, Young and the Restless, Bold and the Beautiful. Like, I can't help it. I love me some good soap opera, some good telenovela, right? So it's in my blood. I can't help it. So Lucille over there in the bathroom playing with her ring. I'm like, oh, Lucille, you trying to put it back on, or you trying to take it to the pawn shop? Like, what we talking about, Lucille? Either way, I'm gonna ride with you, boo. But let me know. I mean, I don't know. Charles ain't never really had no bread, so I don't know how much that ring would be worth. Okay, maybe you get a loaf of bread and half a gallon of milk, but it ain't probably gonna take you far. So Charles come in all smooth and whatnot. And, he's trying to, calm her down. Terry just got in a, volatile situation. So he was like, everything gonna be okay, boo, I promise. I said, Charles, don't be making no promises, okay? You remember back when we took our vows? You promised me something and you broke it. So I don't want to hear nothing about those promises. Broken promises. Shout out to 3OW. Charles, you over there with those broken promises. Charles, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say, bruh. So Lucille, she's looking real vulnerable, right? She got her nightgown on, looking real good, all right? So she hugs Charles, and she was like, I used to feel so safe in your arms. And so I'm like, oh, you about to give it up, Lucille? It's good 11 o'clock in the morning, but ain't nothing wrong with a little daytime, quickie or whatever. But she flipped the script. She was like, I want to move forward with the divorce. Charles, his little man was growing at that time. He was like, damn, you hit me with the okie doke. I was like, yeah, that was real smooth, Lucille. And shout out to Lucille, okay? I ain't gonna lie. I want to see Lucille be outside a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, she been broken and depressed for so long. Like, Lucille need to go outside and see what these fellas talking about. Okay, not saying she got to sleep with them. Just be outside, because she's giving me play a little bit. Meech and Terry, I definitely feel like they got the playerism, from both their parents on some level, okay? So she tells Charles, I think you need to find someplace else to live. And he said, hell no, divorce takes time and money, and I don't have neither. I can't afford it. I said, when you was over there giving the best 3 pumps of your life on Mabel's wall and couch, Charles, you should have thought about that then. So that's the problem. You over there having fun for your couple of seconds. And it turns out it's going to affect the rest of your damn life. See, let this be a cautionary tale for all you people listening right now, okay? Those 3 pumps, those 3 seconds of pleasure does not equate to a happy life, okay? What's up, booby? He said Charles thought he was about to get them cheeks. Exactly. What's up, brother? He said Lucille was weak. Lucille, all you need to do, girl, go on to your local, little happy store, and get you a device, okay? And some, AA batteries, and make it do what it do. That's all you got to do, Lucille. I'm just saying. You can find battery operated ways to pleasure yourself. Okay. So Charles said, I ain't got no money to go for myself. So what we gonna do, Lucille? And she was like, all right, you know what? That couch sitting over there in that living room, that's free. All right, going over there in that couch and be happy about it. Okay. He was like, well, this is my house. This is my house. She was like, yeah, this is your house, but you stop being the head of this household a very long time. So go over there and make that house real comfortable. All right, Charles? And don't think about taking no pillows off of this bed. Shout out to Lucille for being strong. I mean, she illustrated a little weakness for a minute. I was a little worried, but she held it down. I don't know. I feel like Freaky Chuck may be over there plotting. He may be plotting on that couch one day, and Nikki over there at school, and he was like, I'm going to get this little baby oil. I'm going to be over there in my boxer shorts, and I'm going to seduce my wife. I feel like he got some up his sleeve. I'm not even going to lie. We got to stay tuned for Freaky C. Okay? So let's get back over there to the ATL, the Techwood Projects with Remy, right? Because they're a little upset, and they promised themselves, they was like, oh God, we gonna stand on business. Meech gonna get his, all right? He gonna get his. And so now we see, Remy hand out these little bags to the kids in the projects. So at first I was a little confused, because he's telling the kids, he's giving all, I have a dream and be all you can be in the army speech, right? He's telling these kids they can make America great again and what have you. And I'm like, all right, this is cute. So he hands the kids the bags, and he was like, let every kid in the school taste what's in those bags. So I'm like, is this drugs or this is lunch? Like, this is confusing as hell. Because how you about to divide these sandwiches with all the kids in the school? Because the way, Remy is being illustrated in the hood, he love the kids. He's giving ODB vibes. So y'all let me know in the chat, what do y'all think this is? Because I'm confusion. I'm confusion. I'm just going to say it's lunch, but still, it doesn't make sense. Because you're supposed to be feeding me, Remy. I don't have no knife to divide this peanut butter and jelly sandwich amongst my entire class. Like, what we doing here? You might as well not give me shit. My lunch free anyway. I don't get it. I don't get it. But I'm just gonna say it's sandwiches. But the dialogue was a little weird because I'm like, okay, I'm supposed to divide. Just tell the kids, hey, if you want a sandwich, go on over there to my projects. Ask for Remy. He gonna hook you up. Don't tell me I got to divide my sandwich with the rest of my class. Like one PB&J and 20 kids, the math don't math, okay? But it is what it is. DeMarcus, he's our resident Stars correspondent. So he says Milton has sandwiches in the bag, okay? Mr. Bearfax says sunflower seeds. I guess not the sunflower seeds. What's up, Aries? You said, they have free. That's what I'm saying. We got free lunch. But I'm not mad. Maybe sometimes, the lunch don't be hitting on nothing. But they go on their merry ways. So now we get introduced to the Red Dogs, okay? And this was introduced to us in a documentary as well. And Red Dogs stand for Run Every Drug Dealer Out of Georgia, okay? So this was an initiative for the city of Atlanta to clean up the city, all right? Because they want to host the 96 Olympics there. So we using all our tactics to clean up the city and make sure outside people don't realize how trash they was at the time, okay? And so Red Dogs, they was a special type of unit, okay? They thrived on beating drug dealers' asses, okay? I'm like, this is giving me, the war on drugs, but the war on drugs, is it a war? Because you over here in the Tech World Projects, Red Dog. But can y'all go to the source? How these drugs get into America? And that's what I'm saying. Like, y'all over here thinking real small, okay? You need to cut the problem off at the head, at the root. But see, y'all, that's a deeper conversation y'all don't want to go through. But I'm going to just let that sit there, Red Dogs, okay? I'm going to let it sit there. But they proceeded to beat the hell out of Remy and his crew's ass, okay? So, Booby said school budget was down bad and Remy was running a lunch program. Yeah. I ain't gonna lie, school lunch back in the day was fire. I'm sorry. I don't know. Them little pizzas. All right. I don't want to get on no rant about school lunch, but I don't know. And that was in New York too. So I don't know what they was doing over there in Georgia. Okay. So we're going to touch on this little storyline, but Kevin over here having a luxurious stay at the finest. Sorry to say funny, but funny. At the finest room at the precinct, okay? And he's very much optimistic that he's going to get out of prison or jail, okay? Because he's not technically in, he's not in the big house yet. But I don't know what it is, but Kevin, and I discussed this, on my preseason live. Kevin seems like a smart kid, right? But the naivete in that boy just confuses the hell out of me, okay? I don't understand, Kevin. You murked a whole person. Yeah, I think he's living a delusional world, and he's probably living in them cartoons he's drawn, because there's no way that you are that slow, dear son. Like, what are we doing here? Detective Bryant, I blame you and your wife, ex-wife, because this don't make no sense how slow this boy is. Oh my God. So, we at the precinct or whatever. So GQ is now in charge. And I did mention this before. Like, I like GQ's character. I always felt there could possibly something shady with him. I'm not sure. But I mean, I'm okay if he'll be on the straight and narrow. We have enough shady cops in these shows, right? But he's the HNIC, okay, because he, found that good evidence that linked Boom and the fingerprints. So, he moved up in the ranks. So he has to, because Jen's suspended from Drano while she's being investigated. Of course, Bryant, he's over there suspended as well. So we needed somebody to pick up the slack. But Bryant comes in and he's a little upset because he's like, dang, Meech had a whole going away party. And Terry, he's free as well. But my son is over there behind bars drawing on these comics. I said, Bryant, this is 1-800 your fault. Like, Bryant, take some accountability. This is all on you, bro. This ain't got nothing to do with Meech and Terry. Okay, and this is starting to piss me off. Like, what we doing here? What we doing here, Bryant? Like, you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. You had that whole blicky in your house illegally. And then apparently your son is sneaky enough or you're negligent enough to where he was able to find the code to the safe. So what we doing here? And this, I ain't gonna, Brian is starting to, he's gonna piss me off. I already know this. But he's talking to Jen and she was like, well, you need to figure it out. And he was like, damn right, I'm going to figure it out. So we're going to see this whole rampage against Meech and Terry. And it's going to aggravate me already. I already got my pump refilled. So we just going to be sitting here making sure I keep my sanity while I'm watching this damn season, okay? So Jen, she get introduced to her new partner, Detective Colby Amberson, okay? And she's also the daughter of a councilman. And she's off rip, okay, dispelling any rumors of nepotism, okay? She's like, I'm no nepo baby. I don't even speak to my parents, okay? So, I don't know. How do y'all feel about this detective chick? We gonna see, okay? Meanwhile, GQ tells Jen, and her new partner that y'all need to go ahead and talk to Markeisha and what she talking about, all right? But let's take it over there to this record shop with T, right? Because he's told by Meech, we need some of that work. Okay, it's giving Ronnie, like, we need that work. And so Hoop tells T, I need to take this work over there to the ATL. Okay, there's a lot of bricks here. Okay. And T tells Hoop specifically, do not smoke while on the road, right? But that is giving foreshadowing. It's giving that Hoop is going to be either weak or get caught lacking. And I feel like he may get pulled over or something's going to happen to where work goes missing eventually, okay? So we got to pay attention to Hoop and his activities. So that's a long drive, y'all. That's a long drive. So we're going to see what happens with Hoop and his, frequent trips to the ATL. Or it could be somebody over there. But it is also illustrating that T is making sure he's as strict as possible when it comes to the transportation of the cocaine, all right? So T tells Roland, go ahead, stash the cars, load the cars, that we, selling this work with, and make sure these men are on the police station areas because we want to make sure we're ahead of the game, right? We got to be smart. You did not have, we did not grow this empire by being dumb. Okay, we got to think about all aspects of the situations. So we have a little talk with Sterling, and Sterling was like, yo, we got eyes on Lil Saint. T was like, all right, cool. I want to be the one to pull the trigger. And this is another thing, too. T, you over here operating on one eye. What makes you think that we are comfortable with you doing this hit? It makes no sense. So we're supposed to believe you, T. I'm going to say 1.5 eye, because that one eye look like it be working, but it be all over the place. Suppose the effed up eye is the eye that we operating on the time you want to bust a shot, T. What we doing here? See, Meech knew that this was not going to work. Sorry, T. It ain't going to work. It ain't going to work. I'm sorry. You operating on 1.5 eye, bruh. This is not the lane for you. I'm sorry, T. Ain't going to work. So, whatever. So, Meech is over there in Atlanta with Duffy, right? And we at the house. And, Duffy was like, I mean, it's cool, you hear whatever, but we not strangers to Colombian connects. Like the MIA killers, the Miami killers, they got a cartel plug already. So you might have some problems, encroaching in Atlanta because Atlanta is already, they got their access. So meanwhile, we listening to Rip. Okay, apparently Rip has a side gig or a side, passion as a rapper. So me just talking to him, he was like, you know what, you got talent for real. I got a good eye on talent. So I don't know if this is supposed to be a Blue Da Vinci or just showing that Meech has an interest in music or not, but we gonna see. And if y'all don't know who Blue Da Vinci is, I'm sorry. Go on Google, go on YouTube, look at the documentaries, and y'all figure it out on y'all own. Because I'm not about to go there. So Meech is over there and talking to Sterling on the phone. And so Meech is telling Sterling, we got to protect T. Have your guys put in that work. T cannot pull the trigger. We already just talked about T is over there. He not used to this type of work, okay? And plus, he operating on 1.5 eyes. We cannot trust this. I mean, I'm just saying, the stats don't look good when it comes to T busting shots on Lil Saint. So Sterling was like, all right, I got you, right? So Lucille and Charles is over there at the house, and Lucille feeling away because everybody all up in their business when it comes to Meech and Terry. She's a God-fearing, holy woman, so she's a little upset. So she was like, you know what? I just want a fresh start at a new church, right? And, Charles was like, yeah, fine by me. Away from Pastor Swift, fine by me, okay? But next thing we see Roland come through with a bag of groceries and some flowers. I mean, Roland came through in the clutch, and Lucille, she was all happy. She was like, oh my God, you just made my day. You just made my day. And I was like, you made my day too, Roland. You was over here bringing up all the groceries, okay? I was like, what we got? What we working with, Roland? Look.
I got beans, greens, potatoes, tomatoes, lamb, rams, hogs, dogs, chicken, turkeys, rabbits. You name it!
I was like, damn, that sounds good, Roland. Roland, you got all that? All of that? He said, I got potatoes, I got steak, I got greens. And I was like, ooh. I was a little, I felt a little overweight because I'm like, I got to cook it too, though. But, beggars can't be choosy. Beggars cannot be choosy, right? So Charles is feeling away. And I'm like, Charles, if you really wanted your woman back, you could have been doing the same thing. That's on you, Charles. You feeling away because, you probably, why did I think of that? Yeah, why didn't you think of that? Flowers don't cost nothing, especially, I'm sure, in the 90s. You can get it probably a little half a dozen for a good $5-6, Charles. If not, find, the nearest cemetery or the nearest, garden, and you can little pluck some roses out or some flowers out your damn self. See, that's what it's saying. And this is part of Lucille's problem too. Charles is used to not having to try. He's not having to try. Therefore, Lucille don't really have much expectations. So I'm going to have to hold y'all accountable, but really, Charles, that's your fault, okay? But he proceeds to tell Roland, give me my goddamn keys back. This is my house. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, Roland. That was real spicy of you just popping up in the house. I ain't hear not near doorbell, near knock on the door, nothing. I mean, was the door open? Like, what we doing? It should be open because we in Detroit, right? We already had Lamar popping up last year because we don't know how to use peepholes and window blinds or what have you. But at the end of the day, Charles is feeling away, but Charles, this is your sign to step the F up if you want your wife back. Even though you may not get her back, at least try. God damn it. So, Meech is over there with Stacks, okay? He's, giving Stacks the bricks, but he was like, you know what? Just call me the Walmart of Coke because I'm going to give you the rollback prices. You know what I'm saying? You're going to get a family discount. So I'm giving you these bricks for $25K a brick. And, Stacks was like, for real? He was like, yeah, shorty, Ty was like family. And I told Deanna, I will look out. And I know you was over there, scratching your pennies together to make everything work out for them. So, yeah, we good. We good. All right. And so, Stacks leaves with his bricks. And so, what's the other dude name? Jesus Christ. Too many new characters. Duffy. Right? So Duffy comes in. He looks like he was taking a mean shit, but that's neither here nor there. But Meech and Duffy is talking. And he was like, you know what I'm saying? That was a good plan because it looks like Duffy had a hand in that idea, right? So Meech was like, yeah, this is smart because we get to undercut the MIA killers. And if this price comes back in in rumblings in people's ears, we already know who was running their mouth. I was like, all right, that's cute. That's smart or whatever. I don't know, y'all. We got to keep our eye on Stacks. We cannot trust Stacks. All right. So Ebony and Ivory, aka Detective Jen and Amberson, they over there pressing Markeisha at the hospital. Questioning her about Saint and Terry and everything. And she, she's laying on business. She can't stand right now, so she's laying on business. And she feeling away because she was like, y'all the one that showed the photos to Boom of me and Terry. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here just trying to get my pleasure up. And y'all over here, y'all playing hating. So hell no, I ain't telling y'all nothing, okay? What we doing? So they asked her, is the D that good? She said, it's worth every goddamn inch. I said, oh, I felt that, Markeisha. You really in love with this 17-year-old D? Or are you in love with your investment? It's giving very much I'm in love with an investment. Not I'm in love with a scripper. I'm in love with my investment. I do think she cared for T. I mean, yeah, I do think she cared for him, but she wasn't really trying to give him too much play until he proved he was financially able to do so. But we're going to see how this play out, y'all. What's up, Jacoby? Thank you for coming through. Suburbia, you said people who work at Wendy's shouldn't throw stones. Well, first of all, shout out to everybody who work at Wendy's, okay? Because pushing those poor reports out cannot be easy. So I would definitely not degrade you guys, as Suburbia is. But we already know you, Team Charles. But this is the thing, Suburbia. I'm not sure, but are you holding Charles accountable for stepping outside of his marriage? Regardless of what he's getting or not. Okay, been 3 weeks since she was giving him the skins. Okay, that's cool. We got lotion in the bathroom. Do what you need to do. This vajiji not gonna get wet because the bank account is dry. I'm sorry. Anywho. You said Lucille was trying to get her entanglement with that young dude. I don't know, y'all. Roland was looking like, hey, Miss Parker. Were you gonna let me fuck Miss Parker? Roland, I don't know. Roland was definitely giving the I'll F your mama. I'll F your mama. Look, I'm not even gonna lie, y'all. I wouldn't even be mad at Lucille. Talk about get back. Talk about get back. I'm not even gonna lie. I would love to see. How old is Roland? Let me first off make sure we're not doing no Marquishas around here. How old is Roland? We got to make sure he's of age. Oh gosh, but yeah, I don't mind. I don't mind at all. I don't mind. So Booby, you said, "Hey, the Biggie meals is clutch." I don't eat Wendy's as much anymore unless I'm in a mood for a frosty. I ain't gonna lie, the frosty and fry mix that hit okay, but back in the day, them chicken sandwiches, the tea and the fries just hit. Like Wendy's, y'all used to do y'all big one back in the day. I don't know so much now. I feel like everybody, for the most part, except for Chick-fil-A, is on a decline when it comes to the fast food. But Wendy's definitely used to hit back. That was when you can get a whole meal for $5 and change. Like, you roll up now, you spending a good $9, $10. Like, what we doing? All right, y'all. I won't go to another rant, so I'm gonna move on. So we dropping off, the bricks with dice, right? So we get a little backstory on Remy. Apparently, Remy's brother got into a situation. He was harmed and murked. So therefore, now Remy's on this quest to make Techwood great again. Okay, he's over there, escorting kids to school. I'm saying he's giving ODB vibes. Remy loves the kids. He loves the kids. So We already know Remy is going to ride for ATL, okay? You can't tell him no different. Meanwhile, Sterling, he's over there talking to T at the record shop, and he was like, hey, we got eyes on Saint. T was like, all right, let's go. Your boy was like, yeah, about that. We already popped him. We already got her done. Okay, I'm sorry. We had a sense of urgency. We need to make sure it was done. So, of course, T's questioning him like, oh, did Meech put you up to this? He was like, don't worry about it. We got a zero tolerance policy, and we already got you. First of all, T, you a whole boss out here. You don't need to be over here doing hits. Like, we know it's personal, but this ain't your lane. You need to go ahead, make sure you facilitate the work and give orders. This is what you're supposed to do, T. You're not supposed to be over here murking people and endangering the whole organization. What we doing here? So T, he's really thinking about his reputation because he don't want to look whack. He don't want to look weak at all. But Sterling was like, hey, ain't nobody got to know. Keep it on the down low. Ain't nobody got to know. Okay? Between me and you. Shout out to Cassie. That's all. So, of course, I hope this doesn't come back to us, okay? But, y'all, Dice is, oh Lord, okay. Let me just back up a little bit. So ATL, we back at ATL. So Meech and Duffy, they pick up Rip from the drop. He got the money. We unloaded the work. Now we got the money, right? So next thing we see, Remy pops up. And he starts blasting on us. And I'm like, oh, hell no. So we end up shooting Rip, right? And of course, the MIA killers thought, they was like, dang, y'all having a party? I want to join the party. So they was over there blasting on Meech and them and the Techwood crew, Remy's crew. And I'm like, oh my God. So everybody over here blasting, right? Everybody over here blasting. So we was able, to get Rip in the car, okay? And then we was able to gather and get the bag because he dropped the bag. So we was able to, have a cute little move and obtain the bag while getting shot at. We're doing a whole lot. We able to get Rip in the car and the money and as well as get away with only just a few shots at the car. Talk about good old TV magic, okay? But of course, Duffy was explaining in the midst of a gunfight to Meech that, the MIA killers are trying to take over Texwood's turf. So that's why, we have a little beef situation going on, all right? So RIP Ralph and Dame, okay? Remy finds out and he told, his crew, like, hey, I'm going to take care of the funeral expenses. They ain't got to worry about all that. So we over here with Meech and them, and we find out that Rip, he gonna pull through, So we got to cancel the orders for the t-shirts, okay? We was over there telling, Miss Janice, we need about 20 airbrush RIP Rip t-shirts. So now we could cancel the order. I hope she ain't started making them or not because we don't need them because Rip is gonna pull through. So Meech was like, all right, we just got to get the weight to Dice people, okay? Because we got to make sure we got that pipeline through Texas, all right? And then I'm going to go ahead. He said, I'm going to call a meeting for Glock and a Miami killer. So we're going to build an alliance. And then we're going to make sure we get Remy out of here. And don't get me wrong, y'all. This is cute or whatever. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I'm just a little drained with this alliance storyline. I don't know what it is. And I can't say neither here nor there if this is common, what I'm saying? Especially way back then. But I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But just, getting all the crews together under one umbrella is a little annoying to me. But of course, I got to rock with it because I am not over here writing scripts. Okay. So we're going to get this alliance going because we're going to ride through on Sample Sunday at the Script Club. I'm like, ooh, are we sampling wings or Tiggle Bitties? Like, what y'all sampling over there? But we already know that's where Glock be at. So we're going to meet up with Glock, find some more potential workers, okay? And let them know the D is here to stay, all right? But I don't know. We got to keep our eye on Stacks, right? Because if y'all note, Duffy, he from the D, okay? But Stacks is from ATL. And the fact that D, Meech keeps saying, D is here to stay. The D is here to stay. But Stacks, he cool, I'm saying, with everybody from the D, but he's not from the D. He is from the A. So I do feel that Stacks, who is a true ATLian, is definitely going to backstab Meech, and he may actually join Stacks over there. I mean, it's not Stacks, sorry, Remy, because Remy, we already know he's 10 toes down with Atlanta as well. So I don't know. We got to keep an eye out on Stacks. He's taking the work for now because they don't have no work at all. But when the opportunity presents himself or itself, we definitely going to see Stacks, and he's going to backstab Meech and may even team up with Remy. Because at the end of the day, he ain't from the D. He don't have no loyalty to them in his head, right? And, he ain't really feeling Meech at all. He's resentful because now he had a whole extra bill with Deanna. I think he's a little, jealous, or, maybe just feeling away like, hey, this, stranger come down and start ruling ish. So he's going to be aggravated. And I'm sure. DeMarcus, you said the 50 formula is unity. Mr. Bear Faction said, I believe that was false. Can you clarify, sir? Let me know. Suburbia Jones, you said, I'm not above a biggie bag. But when I mentioned Wendy's, I'm talking about Lucille's financial contribution to the mortgage. Charles does have 2 jobs, but the math ain't mathing. Well, we also have to think about this being a blue-collar city, aka the Motor City. We don't know how many opportunities is there for a woman. Don't get me wrong. I knew there were women working, we had, Denise, who worked with Charles, who was a driver. But at the end of the day, we can't just quantify Lucille's contribution financially to her Wendy's check. Because who's holding the household together? Who is making sure the kids were straight? Who is making sure the household was straight? It ain't all about the financial contribution. It's about the contribution as a whole. I'm just saying. You can't quantify everything. But I get where your point of view is, Suburbia. Nonetheless, y'all, Kevin, he gets taken to juvie, y'all. Kevin, I know he done peed a little bit in his pants when he found out he had to go to juvie, okay? and Bryant is like, okay, here's some rules, son. Don't look at these kids. Don't take no favors. Don't cry. If you're going to cry by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't ask no questions, okay? Because Kevin was over there asking all the questions. How far is this place, Dad? What's going on, Dad? Like, how old are these kids, Dad? I'm like, oh my God, Kevin, shut the F up. I'm never an advocate for this, you guys, but I'm just gonna say it. Kevin, just go on somewhere and just off yourself. Oh, that's so horrible to say, y'all. Please don't cancel me. But I cannot deal with little Kevin. He is aggravating me. Like, I don't know what it is. He's just, I'm annoyed, right? But Bryant tells him, I love you and I'm going to get you out. I promise. And I was like, all right now. What did Drew Hill tell y'all? Never make a promise that I can't keep. Please don't promise this boy that, because he's going to be marking on his little calendar waiting for daddy to pick him up. Okay, so Bryant, I'm going to need you to chill out on these promises, please, and thank you. All right. And he takes his poor boy's little comics. And of course, we can't let him take them because, pencils are, weapons or what have you. But I don't know. Little Kevin may have a little extra pencil in his pocket somewhere. I don't know. He may try to shank somebody. Shout out to little Kevin. You know what this reminds me of a little bit? Is The Wire. with little Randy a little bit. Like, boy just get caught up in a horrible situation. We gonna see. Are we gonna get a tough Kevin? Is he gonna be over there ruling things eventually? I don't think so, but I just wanted to ask y'all that. Please hit that like button, y'all. 30 of y'all in here. Please like the video and please subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. Torian, he says, are you going to give Kevin a hug and a kiss his boo-boo? I ain't kissing the goddamn thing. Because little Kevin knew good and goddamn well once he used his fingers to enter said combination or code, open the door, grabbed and picked up the blicky, put said blicky in his book bag, and walked to said basketball court where he knows his bully is going to be. We saw Kevin deal with his bully or let his bully deal with him at least a day before because they had on different clothes. Don't get me wrong, y'all. You got to be strategic. I was bullied before. It wasn't like extreme, but I mean, a lot of us probably was bullied before. Like you got to, and don't get me wrong, I was the type, I wasn't like changing my moves from my bully. I just took it what it is. But Kevin, you're not willing to fight back. Therefore, you need to avoid your bullies by any means necessary. Why are you going to said place where your bully gonna be at? Like, don't get me wrong. I understand sometimes you cannot avoid the path you walk home from school at, but it looked like he had options. You got options, Kevin. I don't care if you had to, navigate and walk an extra 3 blocks to avoid Marcus, your bully, but you had options. So I don't want to hear nothing. Kevin, you need to hold yourself accountable, bruh. Your dad offered you boxing lessons. He really, like, Detective Bryant did try. But Kevin, you wanted to be non-violent, quote unquote. This is on you. I'm sorry. Punks jump up to get beat down. Mr. Bear Factor says, Kevin, a made-up character. I'm not really sure. Not sure at all. But I'm aggravated. Yeah, Kevin was definitely very naive and raised. Yeah, you could be raised in the suburbs, but that's when your parents got to kick in. And at the end of the day, is it really the suburbs? Yeah, we see houses, but that's Detroit. You know what I'm saying? A lot of places be suburbs, but you still going to school with street kids or hood kids, right? I'm sorry. It's no excuse. It's no excuse. You let this boy. I'm done. Let's move on, guys. Let's see here. At the hospital, Terry. I'm not even his name. Not even Terry no more. I'm calling him Mr. Audacity. Okay, because Terry be having all the audacity in the world. Okay, so he goes over there to the hospital, tells Marquisha he made a down payment on their new home. Is an escrow, what have you. So he can proceed to make new memories with his new family. Terry, I have about a few questions, not 21 questions, but I got a few questions, sir. First, who put their name on the paperwork? Y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. Ain't Terry still 17? Do you have to prove, proof of income? Like, you got, I went to real estate school. I know this. Like, you got a certain level of documentation that you need to provide before you're able to even get to that point to where you putting down payments on houses. Maybe I'm looking in too deep, y'all, but it's funny as hell, right? And then you talk about you want to make new memories with your new family. What about your current family, Terry? You got LaWanda over there still sleeping on your bumpy ass twin bed. What we doing here? And this happens all the time. And don't get me wrong, I know Terry's 17. I don't want to give him slack, but you making grown man decisions, so you gonna get this grown man work, okay? What are we doing here? And Marquisha, all she got to say is like, I love you, Terry. It's us against the world. And then you said, you know what? I'm grown. I just had a whole down payment. I just put on a house, but I need you to make sure you're safe because you can't go back to your old house. So I'm going to bring you back to my family's house with my baby mama and my current son. Oh. Terry, I know your eye effed up, but is half your brain effed up too? Because what we doing? But let's back up at this family dinner, okay? We, of course, had to prepare the steak and potatoes that Meech brought us, okay? Because I'm sure Charles ain't never had no steak on that goddamn table, okay? So it's about to be real good. And even Lucille was like, you know, thank you, Lord, for this beautiful meal Meechy provide us, okay? And I swear that it's what 6-7 times where I just saw Charles's ego just get knocked the hell out. And I don't feel bad, not one bit. But did we even get a bite of our steak? Hell no. Because Terry brought his fake grown kid ass and his new older lady to the dinner. Now I understand you're not sure what's going on at the house that particular time. But that's when you pick up the phone and talk to your mother and or your father about said situation. You really expect it to be cool for you to bring Marquisha to your house with your baby mama at said house so she can be safe. You thought that through, Terry? Now, I'm sure Terry's house is going to be beautiful. And I'm sure it costs a lot, a pretty penny. Let's say down payment $5,000. You couldn't spend $50 on a damn room, Terry. We couldn't go to Nair Hotel so she can feel safe. So how is your family house so safe, Terry? Do you have gunmen outside? Do you have security? What's going on, Terry? Like, this does not make no sense at all for you to bring this grown-ass woman and for her to even be comfortable, you bringing her grown 30-year-old ass. And I'm just putting a number on it because she's giving me 30. To your mama house. And you expect her to sleep on what? Your raggedy twin bed? Oh, Lord. Audacity is what I call them. And you know what, LaWanda? I ain't mad, boo-boo. LaWanda went straight off, and I was here for it. I had my popcorn, and I was eating it real fast, like, because LaWanda was like, I let a lot of ish slide. And I ain't gonna lie, LaWanda, that's on you, boo-boo, because we got to hold you just a little bit accountable by letting a lot of ish slide. So I am not taking accountability away from LaWanda on some aspect. But she makes it very clear it's not about the money. I was dealing with you when you was broke as hell. And of course, Marquisha interjects, well, you know, it's not about money either. We in love. It ain't got nothing to do with money. And LaWanda straight told Marquisha, too bad the nigga that shot you missed. He actually didn't miss, but she actually just survived. But I got your sentiment, LaWanda. I get it. Give her all that work. All that work. But you know, Lucille, she a God-fearing woman. So she was like, all right, Nikki, just take Marquisha's grown ass upstairs. Lord Jesus Christ. So if your kids is at your parents' house, Marquisha, you can't go to your parents' house. That's safe enough for your kids to be at. Why it ain't safe enough for you to be at? Like, it's so many questions here. Like, that, just the audacity of T is killing me. Like, what we doing here? So, of course, he has to sit down with Charles and Lucille because they're like, what the hell's going on, sir? What we doing here? Of course, LaWanda had to leave because she's like, this is some BS. So if LaWanda's staying there, where's she sleeping at? Was they supposed to be roommates? Like, what? I understand, sister wives is a thing, but we not doing that over here, okay? So LaWanda left. I don't know. I don't understand. Is her mama house not an option no more? Like, I'm confused. But I'm just mad. One, you have a lot of audacity because you claim you're not trying to stress LaWanda, but you're stressing the hell out of the girl, okay? Like, if something happened to this baby, Lord forgive, it's your fault, Terry. Okay? And then you messed up a good steak dinner. We ain't never had steak at the Flannery household. You over here messing up our first experience at a steak dinner. Like, what we doing here? Yeah, you pissed me off, Terry. That steak, I don't know why, but I felt like I was eating that steak. Now it's all cold and whatnot. Damn. So T sits down and tells Charles and Lucille, hey, I got a lot of business and responsibility, and I can't do it with y'all breathing down my neck. But you bringing your big grown ass side chick / girlfriend. I'm going to just call her girlfriend because technically him and LaWanda not together. But you talk about them breathing down your neck because they're questioning you bringing your girlfriend in the house who just got shot. And we still taking care of your baby mama and your baby at the same time. Are you serious, T? Are you serious right now? Is this what we do? Is this what we doing? And sir, when you went over there and took that down payment to that real estate office, did you make another appointment to get LaWanda an apartment? To get her a house? What we doing? Questions that need to be answered, T. But he tells them he's moving out. But not tonight, because he took his raggedy behind upstairs with his woman. Charles and Lucille better than me. They better than me because I'm like, all right, go ahead. You and your chick go outside, drive in that vehicle, and go to the nearest hotel y'all can find because you're not about to be over here. If anything, you stressing everybody out, Terry. But you know what? One thing we got out of it. Charles get a new room. Okay, Charles will now be living and staying in Terry's room. You know what, Lucille? I ain't mad, y'all. That scene was good as hell. That scene was good as hell. Okay. Ronald Cameron, you said that's on Charles and Lucille too, allowing that Jezebel in their house. That is facts, but we already know Lucille, she be trying to live life right. So she was like, you know what? Meech baby mama Monique, she gone now. I might as well just go ahead and just help out a little bit. Just help out, do all I can, for the Lord. All right. And she still loves Terry, you know what I'm saying? So she gonna do what she feel like she need to do to keep him happy. What's up, Candy? You say I'm mad they ain't try to paint them walls. Yeah, because Charles painted other people's walls. But next time, Roland, can you stop by Lowe's or whatever you got, Ace Hardware, and just pick us up a can of paint the next time Meech decides to bring him some food. Okay, we need some other supplies at the house, please and thank you. All right, so let's move on to Ebony and Ivory. Okay, they discover Sate's body. Okay, Lo Sate dead, but Jen, she recognizes and sees 2 bricks under Sate's bed. So she distracts and tells her partner to go get, the fingerprint kit. And Jen decided to put said bricks in her jacket. In the midst of this, they had a conversation about, delivering the right justice. And Jen believes Terry did it. So, of course, now I got questions. Because I was like, okay, what's going on here, Jen? Are we replacing the fake bricks that Bryant took out of evidence last season? Or are we going to frame these bricks somehow to get Terry caught up? Or are you trying to have a rainy day retirement fund and sell these bricks? Like, what we doing here, Jen? So let me know in the chat, please. I really want y'all input. So put a 1 if you think she's trying to replace the bricks from evidence that they took last season. 2, if she's going to use the bricks to frame Meech and Terry some type of way, or I would say Terry more so. 3, if she gonna sell that work, okay, shout out to Ronnie. Or 4, if she gonna do something else with it. Like, let me know. Booby, you said T dumb as fuck. Lawanda is bad as fuck. And Terry trying to wipe up leftovers. That is facts. Lawanda is beautiful, but he got turned out. You know what I'm saying? He got turned out. Yeah, he's dumb. We already know he's dumb. DeMarcus, you said 1, she gonna replace the bricks. Mr. Bear Facts, you think she gonna do something else? Mr. Bear Facts, please offer suggestions. What you think she gonna do with that? I mean, if you feel comfortable. So we see T, he meet up with his crew. Of course, now everybody knows that Saint is handled, so they're assuming T did it. But of course, Sterling and T got a little agreement, like, hey, we're gonna keep it between us, okay? But it doesn't matter, because at the end of the day, regardless if you actually pull the trigger or not, Terry, that's still a body on the strength of you. So what are you not understanding, Terry? But we already know Terry don't be thinking straight, okay? He too busy worried about Markeisha half the damn time. He having a hard time running his organization, if you ask me. Oh, Jesus Christ. Candy said she gonna set somebody up. Aries, you said you think it's for personal use. Oh God. You saw her nose was twitching when she tucked them bricks. All right, Aries. I ain't gonna lie, I kind of like that. I kind of like that, girl. I kind of like that. So Meech, you know, he calls T. And of course, Terry already know Meech was over here, you know, pulling the strings about that Saint situation. But T's over there overlooking the highway, and he's pretty much explaining to T, like, yo, this highway, I believe they call it, I want to say, is it Spaghetti Junction, I think, in Atlanta. But, you know, Atlanta has a lot of different highways, whatever. Shout out to the ATL. I need to go soon, because there's a place I want to hit up with some smothered chicken. It's just delectable. So, anywho, the highway is linked to every major city. And he's pretty much trying to map out how to dominate the United States of America. Okay, he's trying to make America great again. You know, we go down the Florida coast, up the eastern seaboard, direct line to Texas and Cali. And he's like, I'm gonna make Atlanta the party central, and we going national. So I'm like, all right, okay, this is what we may do. All right, of course we know what's gonna happen, but I'm just saying, just to, you know, spice it up. You know, we pretending that we don't know, but we know what happened. So next thing we see, Meech and his crew, they deny entry into Sample Sundays per Glock's orders. Okay, I'm curious as who's gonna play Glock in terms of the actor. And they get, you know, denied entry. And then we was like, all right, that's all right. We can go ahead and go somewhere. That's kind of embarrassing, y'all. That I know Meech feels away, because I felt secondhand embarrassment because I'm over here in my finest of, you know, Versace like silk shirt. You know, it's giving Tupac a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I'm over here dripped down and Gucci down to the socks per Notorious B.I.G. Chicks over here watching us. I'm looking good with my crew. And you tell me I can't get in, so I have to take that walk of shame back to my vehicle. Like, I feel away. And I know Meech, he's going to make up for that, because between that and the NBA situation, yeah, Meech is going to go full throttle. We already know that. So as we walk into our car, Remy politely places dice on the ground. Okay, mind you, he rolled Dice's body, pun intended, no pun intended, on that ground. And Dice was our connect from Atlanta to Texas. Lord, what we gonna do? And so, you know, Remy, of course, we have to have a little speech. And he was like, you know what? You're not welcome here, so you need to go back home and shovel the snow. Or you gonna be in a body bag. And this is the part that a little bit annoys me, y'all. And don't get me wrong, I've never been a drug dealer. I've never been a, you know, a deleter, if you will. But if we got sad smoke, now we done had a fight. We done had 2 shootouts with Remy. Remy, you had the audacity to murk a crew member. Cool. But you got Meech right in front of your face and give him a warning? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. We're forgiving tonight. I mean, we ain't too forgiving because we did murk somebody that was kind of working with you. So where's all the smoke, Remy? You went from Martin to Malcolm real quick, didn't you? Like, this doesn't make sense. We've been beefing. We've been doing so much. It's so much built up animosity. You was just in your project saying Meech gonna get his. But when you see said person obviously not holding, they don't got no guns, because I know they about to get into the club. So of course they not packing heat. Isn't this ample opportunity to even murk him right there, because you have enough audacity to bring this dead body in said club parking lot with all these witnesses? So you said, I'm gonna take it upon myself to dead this situation now, or at least follow Meech and catch him lacking. All right, I'm sorry. I'm tired of being the murderer's drug dealer counselor for the day, okay? Because the math ain't mathing. But don't get me wrong, y'all. They are really making me like Remy. I see y'all making me like the I don't like it, y'all, because PG be having emotions and feelings and whatnot, and they're making Remy a likable character, and I'm definitely gonna feel conflicted throughout this season because they're giving him some really good qualities. So we're gonna see how this Remy situation pan out. We know Meech is a salesman, and I kind of said this in my preseason recap. I had to think about Meech and his salesman ability and his crafty ability to eliminate ops without necessarily having to eliminate them, and send them to the upper room. So we're gonna have to figure it out. Are we gonna end up working with Remy some type of way? I don't know. We're gonna have to figure it out. But yeah, now we're left with our one of our, distributors on the ground, no longer breathing. And the narration of older Meech was pretty much saying, my preferred way of business is not working. Therefore, it's back on the D versus everybody. Okay. And he's with his new crew and not Terry. So does this mean we're going to get active? Because your preferred method is, can we all just get along? Okay, that ain't working. That ain't happening, Captain. So, Meech, what we about to do? What we about to do, Meech? Let us sister know. Okay. But y'all, that was pretty much the episode. I'm just curious. Like, give me y'all rating. Like, what? Let's just do letters, A, B, C, or D. Or if you feel more comfortable, more specific, you can do numbers. I guess full transparency. This was a cute episode. I'm gonna give it like an 8.5, maybe. It took me probably the second watch to really, to bump up the score. Because they had a lot of good scenes, especially with the T and Markeisha and Lawanda, and of course Charles and Lucille always come through with the great acting and the great storyline. Honestly, I'm more invested into the storylines that's not dealing with the drug organization. I don't know what it is, y'all. I don't know what it is, because same old. We already know how this situation is going to pan out. They're going to grow, blah 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 blah. We're just going to see just the steps they took to grow this organization. But it was real cute, 2 Chainz. I'm not mad at his performance. I'm not mad at Neo's performance. Of course, we're gonna see more actors, / rappers in the future of this season. But it was cute, I'm not jumping up and down Like, ooh wee. Like this was, just awesome sauce. But it was cute. It is what it is. It was all right. But it's BMF. BMF is it's like the Tubi of the rest of the shows for me, in a sense. In terms of more so like the quality of certain aspects. I'm just gonna say that. Because we definitely have some thespians. We have a lot of great actors. With Russell Hornsby and gosh, the actress that plays Lucille. Oh God, her name just left me. I'm sure DeMarcus is going to chime in and let us know. But it's pissing me off that I can't think of her name. I'm gonna have to just look it up, y'all, because this is really gonna upset me because I know her name. Let's see here. Please like the video if y'all haven't done so. Okay. Mikola White. Yes. Whew, I was about to get upset. I couldn't remember her name. Let's see what y'all rated it. Mr. Bear Facts said 7.4. Candy 7.5. DeMarcus 8. Aries said yes, 7.5. It was cute. Yeah, I'm giving. I feel like 8.5. I'm giving it a lot of grace, honestly. I'm giving it a lot of grace, and I'm thinking about the specific scenes that I like, not really judging it as a whole, because I'm trying to, bump it up more than what it probably should be. But at the max, I'm gonna say an 8. Booby said 8.5. The Kevin story is too far fetched. That is facts. Candy said, I don't trust 2 Chainz. Yeah, I don't trust 2 Chainz at all. Okay. I don't know what episode y'all think he's going to he's gonna start doing some shady-ish. Because it's definitely coming. DeMarcus, you said the storyline with Terry, LaWanda, Markeisha is fight and hilarious. Yes, I'm just saying, Charles and Lucille, move on over, okay? Because we got a new show that took the prime spot, y'all. I'm just saying, this is getting juicy. Juicy, okay? Mr. Bear Facts said Kevin did his best acting. I don't know if that's a dig or not, but I'm just gonna move on. Derry said 8. Yes, thank you, DeMarcus. I appreciate it. Yes, McCall White. But yeah, y'all, that was pretty much it. Of course, we'll be here every Sunday, okay, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please make sure you are liking the video, you are subscribed, you're sharing, do all the things to support your girl, okay? Of course, you'll see on Thursday at 8, me and Brillo, the Pretty Thorough Podcast. And just stick, with your girl on this ride of BMF. I hope they don't stress me out too much, but you can't stress me out but so much because it's loosely based on real events, right? But thank y'all for coming through. I appreciate y'all, and have a blessed week. And shout out, and again, RIP to our fish, Bluey. Went home to glory this morning, and I just talking to y'all it distracted me for a little bit, and that's crazy, right? Because it's a fish. You would think you would not get attached, but I am very much feeling the way about Bluey, so we gotta send him on. We get a good home going, and I'm gonna definitely be playing Eddie Kane again for his memory.
I feel like going on.
Oh Lord, y'all, pray for me, okay? But I will see y'all next time. Toodles.